Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's already midnight. Hopefully I won't wake my neighbors up. Today I want to talk about tomorrow. I mean, not literally tomorrow, but the future. Because right now, after the lockdown has been lifted, people are reviving. They're thinking about what to do to react to the post-pandemic world. And a lot of people are talking about in the business world what to do. Like this afternoon, I watched a very interesting video of Dominic Levy, an art gallerist, about the Art Basel and the future of art fairs. And I understand that art fairs are important, Basel is important, but they don't really need us to be worried for them. And on the contrary, individual artists, craftsmen, small businesses in the world of visual arts are very vulnerable. In the past 3 months, art fairs had been shut down and the galleries are out of business. And how can we react and reestablish ourselves in the market to pick up sales once again? Is a really difficult question to answer. I searched on the internet and nobody is talking about it. And I think for several reasons. Number one, it's really hard to predict the future. Nobody knows what's going to happen, and who would have thought in the beginning of 2020, and this is how 2020 welcomed us with a global black swan pandemic, and we would not know this, right? So it's really hard to know how to do it right after this black swan is gone. And secondly, artists are very different people from different parts of the world in different markets and market segments. It's really hard to generalize. And today I just want to chat with you about my experience and what I would have reacted as an artist, as a creative, as a content producer, creator, and hopefully my experience can help you. So I moved to Spain from China in 2012 in the deepest of the deep of this crisis, after the housing bubble, after the global economic crisis. Everybody lost their jobs, and young people under the age of 30 years old, more than half were unemployed at the time when I first came here. And I saw people laying in front of the banks because they lost their homes, and they would stay inside of the ATM little boxes to sleep there for months after months until the summer comes. They could not live outside because it's kind of cold. And I was really shocked because I came from a rising economy, and I see the world developed country in the worst shape. And I was really shocked, and I started to collect information and think how to react and live and survive and thrive in the post-crisis kind of in this situation. And I never stopped wondering, and I always talk to people about it. And I want to share with you 3 effects, 3 cases, and hopefully from these cases you are able to take something out of it and make your own strategy in reaction to the post-pandemic crisis. First is the lipstick effect. Lipstick effect is saying that in the economic downturn, when people couldn't afford very luxury products, but they still want to shop, they still want to look put together, they still want to have a sense of dignity and hope and prosperity, so they went to shop for lipsticks instead of other kind of shoes or bags. Lipsticks are cheaper, and with a little bit of pigment, it can make you look really good. That's why people bought lipsticks instead of other things, and the lipsticks were not affected by the economic downturns in the past. Can you pick up a product in the art market that is cheap, that can make you look put together? I mean, your room, obviously, you don't put art on your face, you put it in your room, that are, let's say, easy to access for most people. I would say art prints and maybe some merchandising like pillows and wall art kind of merchandising. Those kind of products would make your room immediately look amazing with a very little cost. If you are an artist, you should consider print on demand, such as Printful, Printify. Those kind of, it's not a sponsored video, I'm just saying those kind of things are extremely helpful for artists to quickly make a print and merchandising business without having to invest anything up front. So that would be my reaction to an economic downturn, thanks to the inspiration of the lipstick effect. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the bikini effect. I just made it up. So if you have not heard about anything about this bikini effect, it's totally normal. So this is, oh my God, this is so terrible. This is a grandmother looking bikini. This is the bikini top. I'm happy that I've never worn it once. I bought it around the time I came to Spain. I thought I would have time to go to the beach here in the Costa Blanca, but I never went. And the bikini effect is inspired by the talk I had with a store owner in front of the beach. I went to talk to the store owners a long time ago, when I first came to Spain, and I asked them, how about the economic crisis? What kind of effect did it have on your business? And one of the store owners told me, hey, you know what? One thing really I noticed a lot is that people are not purchasing bikinis for the season. In the past, they would just grab something that is in the plain sight, that is most trending, like colorful, and they don't talk about prices, or they don't look at the quality. They would just grab and go because they want to enjoy the beach, enjoy the sun. But right now, because of the crisis, people are purchasing with care. They would look twice before purchase. They would look at the quality, the color, and they would buy something very simple that can be kept for many seasons to come, so they don't look out of date. And that really kind of struck me and made me think, in the art world, at the economic downturn, I think also we would have some kind of bikini effect. People would not buy without thinking. People would purchase only when they're convinced. That means as an artist, you need to spend extra energy convincing people why they should buy your works instead of the work of any other artist, and also give them value, that to convince them that your works is high quality, will hold well value, and also will go with many seasons, because they don't want to buy a wall art and then after a few seasons they are so bored they just want to throw it out. They will not have the disposable income to always change their prints or the artworks, so they would want something that lasts a long time aesthetically, that hold well with trend, let's say timeless pieces of art. And I forgot why I bought those ugly bikinis. Oh yeah, now I remembered. It's American Apparel. It's made in the USA, so I want it to be sweatshop free. I don't want people to take advantage of labors, and that's why I bought them. And you also need to give people a sense of value in terms of ethic value. Like your art is made with materials recycled or fair trade or whatever reason you can give to people, even if you say you donate to hospitals or children's hospitals for every purchase, like 10 cents, 50 cents, $1, whatever that you want to do, you need to convince people in all the ways possible. So establish your brand, convince people, and really leave them a strong impression so they would always go back to purchase art from you. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is called the double sink effect, or broken double sink effect to be more exact. This is a story I read on the internet. I did not verify it, so tell me if you know more inside information. It's a story of American investor Jeffrey Gundlach. He had two sinks, but one broke, that one that he usually uses every day. Because this one broke, he had to use the second one during the time when it's being repaired. And he made a couple of mistakes because he always went back to the first one that he's used to. And then after a few weeks, he was able to switch to the second one. But with time, the first one was repaired, but he never went back to use the first sink that he was once used to. And he was using the story to demonstrate that people's habits, once established, are very hard to change. And in the past 3 months, many countries have implemented a mandatory lockdown. You are not allowed to go outside. You have to do everything online. You do Zoom conferences, you study online, you purchase online. People even went to doctor online, dated online, like everything was done online. My father changed his driving license online with a medical examination declaration online. This is unimaginable in the past, but this is the reality today. Once people are used to doing everything online, it's hard to go back. And it's the same for art when people were used to going to online showrooms or whatever you call them, or purchase online or interact with gallerists and artists on social media. Before we have very reliable vaccines, it's not possible for us to go back to the full normality. How to embrace the new normal? I would say stick to things online. Even today, you might be able to go outside to open your gallery or open your workshop. Don't forget the things that you have built in the past 3 months online. Keep building it. Keep pushing your social media and updating your website online, because the e-commerce is here to stay in the art world. It's not a seasonal, temporary thing. So if you don't have anything online, I would urge you to go online. It's not too late, because in the future there will be more and more e-commerce for artists, for art galleries, for art fairs. And I think this is the overall trend, not only for art, but for other businesses. As a conclusion, I would highly encourage you to do print on demand, to build a strong brand and let people know your values and what means to purchase art from you, to give them meaning and reasons to choose your art instead of artworks of many other emerging artists, and to promote your art, market your art online using social media, website, and whatever platforms that you can get your hands on, so that you will have multiple sources of revenues and sales, and you have, let's say, presence everywhere, so you don't put the eggs in the same basket. I think that's all for today. If I keep talking, my neighbors is gonna kill me. So thank you very much for listening, and see you in the next video.